Hey there, welcome to Survival Skills. So today I wanted to, I don't know, show you around the base a little bit. We made a couple of changes to the base and then take a look at our new wither farm. So let me go into first person and we'll just take a look at this first. Thebe built this. If you play with us, you know who Thebe is. And if you don't play with us, if you decide to come play with us, I'll introduce you. So he built this this nice little fishing dock. That was my original fishing beach there. So he did this nice house here, kind of fishing house, and he's got a place to cook the fish right here. And I don't know, just any build that you do on in a world just adds to the looks of the world, just makes the world nice. So I don't really know what to say about this. I'm just going to wander around and babble while you look at it. Storage, no need to look in there, right? Places to sleep, nice views. I like the views from here. As you can see pretty much the whole base. I mean, you can't see out that way, but you can see everything else. And then over across the way here is Beeston's place where he set up his tent right there, and he's got his cactus farm going. So that's produced a lot of cactus for us, and we actually used the cactus in the wither farm. I went to his place to get the cactus for that. We got a sheep farm up here, so Thebe built this sheep farm. We needed wool for the pads for the wither farm, so of course we had to go totally into overkill and build an industrial sheep farm. So that was my build for getting wool, and this is Thebe's build for getting wool. So yeah, let's just go down. I'll show you real quick. So I think in here, no, in here, nope. So he dropped a couple of things in the hoppers while he was building it. So here's just an example of what we're getting out of it for doing absolutely no work now. It's full auto. So got a nice little sheep farm there, and a nice fishing area, and then output from our gold farm. Gold farm is just crazy, insanely good, and a nice little place to sit and fish. And I've got our creeper friends here, and I just put this cat here because I'm mean, because I know they're afraid of cats. Sneak's place over here. I think I showed this in previous videos. I didn't show Beeston's place, so Beeston did this modern build. He did it in looks like strip spruce. I think that's strip spruce, maybe stripped oak. I'm not sure. What? Let's look. F3. It is. Oh, okay. So this is stripped oak frame, and then spruce. I like the floors and stuff, and I like the use of the stripped woods. I'm starting to appreciate the looks of those things. Sometimes I'll do like a frame, and I don't like the way it looks, and all I have to do to make it acceptable is strip it back like this. So these stripped logs are a really nice addition to the block palette, and you can get upstairs this way too. So a nice modern build, and I should take note of this because you can make this look really good with like terracotta or concrete, white concrete or whatever color concrete, and glass. You could put more glass in it if you wanted to. And then over here, they built a big storage area, so we got lots of storage. And then I installed a plug-in, and I don't remember the name of the plug-in. It's like auto sort or something like that, or it's called auto inventory. And auto inventory is perfect for this kind of a storage area. You got all these chests, and then you put sample items in the chest. So we would put like one of each kind of item we want to store in each of these chests, right? So this is all supposed to be stairs, but we could have more than one item. But the way this is laid out, we have just like chest dedicated items because we've got so many chests, right? You put one of those in the chest, and then you could use auto sort, and you could do auto inventory. You can tell it to dump the contents of your inventory. You can dump the contents of your inventory automatically, and they will get distributed into the chests around you. I think it's within a chunk of you. It will automatically spread them out and put them in the chests that are identified by whatever's in the chest. Like here we've got leather. We could have steak in there too. And if I had leather and steak in my inventory, and I did the command to dump my inventory, it would know to put the steak and leather in here. It would put any pork chops in there, and so on. So this beats the heck out of an item sorter, I think, to have the combination of that plug-in and this type of storage. It's just the most practical way to do a storage system, I think. So I think this is a really nice addition, and I can start moving some of the clutter out of my house into that storage area now. Free up some chests. Need to do something about that ravine. I'm going to fall in there. So let's go take a look at the wither farm. So we're done with that. We did the Logical Geek Boy wither farm, and that doesn't use wither roses. And then we did some tweaks and twists and turns on that to suit it to our needs. So let me do a warp wither, and I'll show you what I mean. So I've got KT AFK there right now. And so let me just show you the basic farm. I need to go into spectator so I can get up there. Game mode spectator. I know you can hear my keyboard. I prefer a mechanical keyboard. So this is the farm. And you basically, so the idea is that you really want to find a location that's in Soul Sand Valley or in Warped Forest or some combination of the two. You want to stay away from the Nether Wastes biome because it spawns a lot of piglins, and the zombified pigmen and skeletons, and they kill your rates on your farm. So you really want to find, rather than slabbing for, eons around the farm, if you've ever done it, you know what I mean. Rather than do that, put it in one of those biomes, and ideally over lava, right? Would be even better if you can find a place like that. And then just put buttons or pressure plates down in the fortress. You could use slabs, but it's a lot harder to spawn proof with slabs because they will accidentally stack on top of each other. Buttons are super easy to put down, super easy to lay, and they don't go clickety clickety click when you walk on them. So I prefer buttons, but you could use pressure plates. So you've got to spawn proof the fortress, everything within the bounding box of the fortress. And then you can build this pad on a crossroad out of top slabs. And then you use wool to prevent magma spawning. And then it's set up so that the blazes and any skeletons that spawn here will go look for these solid blocks. They'll try to path to those, and they'll fall down into here. We've got cactus at the bottom to take care of them, and then we use turtle eggs to take care of the zombified pigmen. They'll just jump in there. See, there went a pigman, there went one of the blazes, And sometimes the blazes, it takes them a while to find this because it's all kind of like based on probabilities, but it works. It'll keep the pad clean and kind of clear of these other mobs. It's not as efficient as wither roses, but it works. So then you use this piglin right here to try and get the withers to jump down the chute there. And because of the way I modified this, I've got these glass blocks here. They do clog a little bit. There might get a couple of them stuck there, but when another wither comes along, he'll shove them in. Like there. That's not too bad. Pretty efficient. I did it this way because I want to put a dog at the bottom to auto kill. That wasn't part of the original design, and in order to do that I had to do these glass walls instead of the stone walls like was done in the original design. The original design just did stone walls all the way down, but then there were problems with that, so I had to do glass. So I did glass with a slab on top, and the withers will fall down, and when they fall down they'll fall straight down. They won't drift off to the side. So I'll show you why I did that in a second. So they go after this piglin right here. Easy to get into the farm. I just built a bridge from the nether waste over there over to here and had him chase me into here, and it was very easy to lock him in. So you do it like that, you'll get pretty good spawning. And then down here, let me go into survival mode. So they'll drop down, and right now I've got a dog doing the work for me. Let's pull him out of the way. And they'll drop down here, and you can just stand here with the looting sword. And the rates are pretty good. I've got KT AFKing here, so if I'm someplace else, I can go off and work in other parts of the world, and as long as I'm not in the nether, KT will keep the withers spawning here. And then I drop it down into item storage, item sorting with overflow protection, and I've got a chest for skulls, so you can see that it's pretty productive. Bones, coal, and then everything else goes into a burner. So this is just an impulse SV sorter, so you can go look up his video if you want to know how to build that. And the reason I did the glass was because I didn't want the withers to drift off to the side here. See how there's glass right there? It keeps them from drifting over and hitting the minecart and knocking the dog down. So when I want to go AFK, like leave KT here and let the dog do the work, all I have to do is wheel the dog up there, and the dog will do the work for me, and this glass keeps the withers from knocking that minecart back down the track. So that's why I had to make that mod. Rather than doing, let me show you the kind of environment you want to put this in. Let me first go into creative so I don't die. I don't want to have to worry about this while I'm showing you around. So now I'll warp to a new wither. This is the kind of setup that you want. If you look at my mini map, you can see that this gray here is all Soul Sand Valley, and you can see around all the way around the fortress is Soul Sand Valley, except maybe over here there might be a little bit of nether waste over here, but this crossroad that I'm standing on is right out here over the lava, so I couldn't ask for a better location than this. This is perfect. So the reason that you want to put it out here is so that zombified pigmen don't spawn. You get skeleton spawns here, but it's not enough to mess up things much, and it's not like being near another waste biome where you get tons of piglins spawning on you and killing your rates. You can see there's some skeletons spawning here, so I'd have to put buttons down. out here, which is no big deal. This is not very much space to have to spawn proof. And then I'd have to put buttons down on the runways. You know, the whole fortress would have to be spawn proofed with buttons. Doesn't take that long. It really doesn't. It's much better than having to slab, you know, 128 blocks in every direction all the way around the farm like we did in the old days. So then if I want to be really hardcore, I'd put buttons out here, but I'm not too worried about it. There's not enough spawning out there to worry about it. So all of this would be buttoned up, all of this would be buttoned up, and then we would just build that same farm right here at this crossroads, and I think we would get really good rates because there's no nether waste near enough to here to compete for the mob cap. So that's the kind of fortress you want to look for. So the takeaway for you for this is find a good location so that you don't have to do a ton of work a ton of spawn proofing, and then you can do this farm. So I hope I showed you enough. Now the reason I'm getting good rates, I guess, let me just do this for disclosure. Let me do a game mode spectator to show you. So we did this in basalt delta because piglins won't spawn in basalt delta, but magma do, and I found that there was enough magma spawn that was hurting the rates of the farm, and we had magma all up inside. You can see the bottom of the farm is basically gone because it was all buried in magma and we had to take it out. Here we have a skeleton. Let me just go into creative and knock that out. So this had to be like chopped out. I wouldn't have had to do that in Soul Sand Valley. And then out here we had nether waste. You know, let me see. KT is still AFK. This might be far enough away. If I'm in spectator, I think I carved this back far enough so that things won't spawn here. So we had a lot of pigmen spawning out here and piglins, and I took this all out. I need to take this island out too. Just cut it all back to here, and you can see that pretty much took care of it. If that was still there, you would see pigmen and piglins standing around on the edge here. So I carved it far enough back, I think, that see, we got a little bit of magma cube spawning there, but not much. So I had to void this whole area with world edit. If you do it in the right location, you won't have to do that, and you can build it in survival and feel good about yourself. I don't care. I feel good about myself anyway. I like the farm. So that's the Wither farm. I hope I gave you all the details, gave you enough details on how to build it. See how I took all the nether brick out from underneath here, because I want the blazes and skeletons to just see these blocks right here mostly, and path to those to keep the pad as clear as possible. If you've got wither roses, do grass blocks and wither roses here instead of slabs and wool. So that would make this a 10. This farm would be like go from a 8 to a 10 by just doing grass blocks and with wither roses up here, because none of these guys would be standing around if I did it that way. But it's definitely good enough the way it is. So I think I don't know. I think that's all I wanted to show. So let me just end it right here. That's it for the wither farm, and I just wanted you to see what we did on the base and touch base with you, and I'll try to keep these coming as often as I can make them, and to give you something to do. You know, we're all still kind of stuck. We're not like locked down the way we were, but you know, since we're kind of stuck in the house, hopefully this gave you a little bit of distraction. So thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.